Greetings, everyone. Kai's here for another episode of Plants vs. Zombies, and I am back after my unintentional week-long break. I put it bluntly, I just got really burnt out. You know how that is, and I've been searching for software to record and such, and it's been a very big pain figuring that stuff out. And my schoolwork, I've been being, it was kind of getting really hard, and tons of stuff's been happening. But yeah, put in perspective, like I recorded these next three episodes, this episode, next episode, and what's it called, the one after. I recorded them all like about a week or two ago, or so, and I just haven't just gotten to recording my voice just because of how horrible I've been feeling. Really, just yeah. And I just thought now, since I got the time and a feeling starting to feel a little bit better, just start doing it again. Yeah, so hopefully you guys have been doing well and all that, but and I know, like I again, so apologies for not uploading in a while, but hopefully you guys will continue to enjoy the content or whatever I've been producing, and I still have plans to. Hopefully, yeah, I'm hoping to go back to my daily uploads once again once this now that I'm back and all that, but. Yeah, I guess I just got really burnt out just due to school. Like I have a ton of work. Like I said, like it's been getting very difficult. So if I have breaks like that, I should just start posting like out more updates and all that. Uh, sorry about that, everybody. I'm feeling a lot better though. That and I did get out for a little bit today, and we'll be going out little bit more during my days now because what's it called? I got yeah, because one more of my classes had decided to go back to school or whatever, so I'll be doing that. Now on Tuesdays, I'm going out twice a week instead, twice a day, that day instead of once at like night. So that'll be interesting. I am still very nervous about it though. Like I know, like as long as you stay safe and all that, but I just can't help but worry. Yeah. So, yeah. Also, you know what's interesting? Like, actually, I wanted to talk about something a little bit. Like, I mean, I'm not gonna tell you my piece on it because about this controversy. Because honestly, like, it's just I don't really care about the person. Like, I know it's gonna be shocker, but I don't really care about the subject really because I've never been too well into it. I wasn't raised on the raised on it, so I don't have any real big connection besides maybe a few things related to it. So yeah. Anyway, I mean, don't worry, I ain't gonna be flooding guys with political garbage, but yeah, political garbage. But yeah, so I heard about like this the controversy about Dr. Seuss, and I'm and when I first heard about it, I remember like I was called. I remember I looked at it, I'm like, oh yeah, I remember like a comic that was very like Dr. Seuss made. It was honestly like for nowadays standards, like it would definitely be super deserving of him just not being liked. But I can't find it anymore. So the comic, like I remember this comic very vividly. Like I mean, not super vividly, but I remember it super well. But I can't find it anymore. So basically, it's very weird. Like I feel it. I don't know. Like tell me in the comics if you remember this or whatever or not. Like seeing this comic or not by Dr. Seuss, because I really want to know if it's just me having I'm just having like bad memory or if it actually did exist. So here's the comic. Like it was this as some very few of you know, Dr. Seuss during World War II made a lot of I mean, during this time, during World War II, I think a little bit after as well, he made a lot of political comics. Like, he made one making fun of, talking about isolationists and such, and how, and making fun of that policy, making fun of like fascist and what and then mocking anti-Semitism and racism and all that. But one of the comics I remember vividly, like also like his comics did have like very anti what's it called? Anti-Japanese sentiment too, because Japan was the enemy of the United States during that time, and I mean it doesn't excuse it, but does. I'm just explaining why. Probably a little bit of a reason. That and people were just racist back then. But anyway. So that was the comic I'm talking about. The comic I remember vividly. It was like during the post-war era, whatever, after the Holocaust, and they're tallying the numbers or something like that. And the Dr. Seuss comic was basically him, basically him mocking the numbers of the whole, like the high numbers of the Holocaust or something like that. I remember it vividly. Like that it was basically what's it called as a typewriter, and then like the numbers are like 6 gajillion or some shit. Like I remember vividly. And on the bottom it said those numbers don't seem right or something along those lines. I remember this was Dr. Seuss comic. I swear, I swear it exists. I mean, but I can't find it. Like, if you guys know, like, whether I'm just having Mandela effect or not, please let me know. But I could have sworn that that comic existed where some Dr. Seuss was basically saying the Holocaust numbers were not high, like, were being over exaggerated or something like that. Like, I swear there was a comic like that existed, but I can't figure it out. Can't find it again. Huh. But, like, the only thing I could find like that was even similar was the what's it called? The this one comic where it was like about Russian death toll numbers during World War II. Like it was like Hitler and like telling Goebbels like keep hiking them or something like that. Something like that. But yeah, that's the only I guess like I could have sworn it existed. But oh well. That's my little rant right there. But yeah. Hopefully. But like, anyway, if you guys in the comics ever comments and ever find a comic like that, please let me know. I really want to like a comic like I was telling you about, like I mentioned before. Though, like I swear it existed, but maybe some Mandela effect or something with me, like my Mandela and I was just mistaking the comic I described with Hitler and Goebbels with the Russian death toll numbers. I was mixing that up. Maybe that's it. I don't know. I just like honestly it kind of like hopefully you guys in the comments also had experience like I had with what's it called the Mandela effect because honestly like yeah honestly I just can't. To me I just kind of depresses me. I can't find it because I swear it existed, but I guess it doesn't. I guess I just am remembering wrong, and because the only thing I could like anything, like the only other thing I could find about Dr. Seuss was him being very, very like critical, I guess, like very anti-Semitic, anti-racist. I don't know what the term is. Like honest, honestly, I kind of personally I've given up in terms of politics. I've kind of given up because honestly I already know my viewpoint is weird. Like like just the basis of how I view politics is just very weird. So yeah, I just kind of given up on that regard. But like, yeah, like anyway, yeah, I don't know. I just it's just that Dr. Seuss controversy with the White House is now just omitting Dr. Seuss in the Read America Day or something. Like honestly, I don't care. like I mentioned in the beginning with this controversy. Beginning when I was before I even mentioned the controversy part, I did not grow up really with Dr. Seuss. Like, I mean, I know them. Like, I know like the ones that the majority of people know, like the Cat in the Hat, the Grinch. I want the I think Green Eggs and Ham. Like I know them. Like I know the books. I think the only one like the lore. I mean, but like the only thing, mostly though, I haven't really read them. Like I've seen like like the original cartoons, and then the Jim Carrey version of the Grinch. Like, like the lore. Oh yeah, also Lorax. I think the only one that really left an impact on me was the Lorax. That was a not bad story. Like, I mean, not the new movie one. I mean the, what's it called? The original one. That was a not bad movie. Plus, but yeah, yeah. But other than that, like I said, I just don't have much connection. I wasn't like brought up like loving Dr. Seuss and whatnot, but like a lot of people seem to be. People were like, "Oh no, they're canceling Dr. Seuss." Oh! I don't care. Like to me, it's just like, "Oh yeah, look at that. It's another guy." Their kid. To me, it's just another. Like I get like its historical significance and all that. But like I get it, he has like historical significance and all that. But like I believe like if you're like in a class of history, he should be talked about just not a ton, but a little bit because he did have a big cultural impact or whatever. And from my knowledge, he was not a horrible guy. He definitely was like slightly ahead of his time. Emphasis on slightly, considering like from my research of the man, like I mean I don't know much. Like all I know is he definitely after a while after the war he definitely he softened his views on everybody. Like he did not like on like racial minorities and such in the United States, but he definitely did not get over. Did like from my knowledge he didn't fix his portrayal of him really afterwards. Like from my knowledge, like I mean that's what I'm read. That's what I read. I say. I say. Sound like freaking Foghorn and Leghorn over here. Eh? But yeah, yeah. Look at me. I'm just talking about Dr. Seuss or like all this controversy. I mean, honestly, there's not much else for me to talk about. Like I'm just I kind of like I guess because like to me like talk a little bit more about this because there's history to it. There's actual precedent and interesting stuff about it really. Compared to like the other controversy happening now with the potato heads or something. I don't care. Anyway, it's literally it. Just, I don't care. Anyway, back to Dr. Seuss. What's it called? Yeah, like honestly, like I think it's interesting. Like I really do think like it's like for his like my opinion of him. That's my opinion of him is he definitely is a man of his time. Like I'm not gonna say I like him. I don't dislike him. I just he's a man, and he's definitely of his time period. Cause like honestly, to a degree, like with how like people portray the guy or whatever. Like talk about the guy on like in from what I've researched of how he kind of actually reminds me a little bit of my own grandfather a little bit. If I mean, no, of course, I mean parallels this a little bit. Like of course, I mean he's definitely not he definitely isn't like what's it called the for I know the dude isn't like overtly. He definitely had like his views of yeah, whatever. I'm kind of done, but about that I can't really because I can't really describe it well. Plus, honestly, it's not my place to talk about that type of stuff. Because I guess it is in my own opinion, really, like, though, but it's not like I just consider it not my place, really. Like, I don't know enough. I don't think I could ever really know enough about this type of stuff to even really talk about it on a good level. Because, I'm just especially because, like, to me, I feel like would have to actually, divulge a ton of time and research it that I kind of don't have. Like, I don't have now, or probably won't have probably until my retirement, I would say. And even then, that's just for a basic understanding of it, which probably will be outdated by the time I, or maybe not, because the saying goes, more things change, more things stay the same. But whatever. Honestly, I really should. Honestly, I'm just like probably. Honestly, if I could, I would make a. What's it called? Yeah, sorry about that. I had to go to do some stuff real quick. So what was I saying? Oh yeah, I was talking about Dr. Seuss and stuff. But I was thinking about doing maybe going on my other channel and doing. I'm gonna launch this cast. I should expand more of my like going my own philosophies and all that. Like I guess because like I feel like that would help get people to understand where I'm coming from a little bit better. But I don't know. Yeah. uh, actually, I remember I remember this one for like I don't know why, but like I remember looking into this game called like I looked into this game called Pickle School or whatever, and I remember there's a German phrase like it's called Klein und something like that. I can't remember, but it basically translates to no sympathy from the majority or whatever. Like it's kind of an interesting phrase, but it's basically used when what's it called? If like say like a rich person complains about not having enough money for something, well, most people don't have enough money for food or water or like that. Like it's a pretty interesting phrase. But yeah, like I don't know why I mentioned that, but like anyway, so I guess because like Pico is in Friday Night Funkin' or whatever that game, and I thought it'd be interesting to mention that what's it called? Interesting, like his origin game, which is kind of just a edgy, kind of just a like 2000s edgy game or whatever. Not really much to it, but yeah. I mean, like I was mentioning, I know I did. I didn't talk. I probably talk enough about like what's it called? The like I really like I try to make things unbiased as possible. Like I don't want to include my biases and like I mean, of course you can almost never exclude your biases entirely when you're talking about stuff, which it's nearly impossible. Like even the greatest teachers I've seen have had cannot really conceal their biases enough because like you can't or like how like you're biased towards ideals or something like that. You can personally I think it's pretty much if not virtually like it's either impossible or nearly impossible to not have like to hide your biases or whatever in one way or another. But yeah, because because biases are kind of baked into you a little bit, by like it's kind of like how humans operate or whatever under like a set of biases and opinions and all that. Like I mean bias is more. I guess the best way to put bias is and the way I'm talking about it is better word would be preference maybe, but like other than because bias has a negative connotation to it, but I mean, but I guess it does describe what I'm talking about, but because I guess like a bias, because I think a preference can turn negative into a bias or whatever, but oh well, I mean, I guess the reason I don't know, but yeah, Yeah. Honestly, I really do think I should kind of also describe my experiences a little bit more as a person. Like I don't really like other than just the generals and all that, because I feel like it might be better, whatever. Because like describe my, because I mean, because I guess like not a lot of people are open about topics and such. But yeah, what's it called? Like not a lot of people are like open about some topics, or like there's stig tons of stigma in society for people and all that. I don't know. Like it might help some people come to grips with themselves if what's it called, share my experiences or whatever. I, I don't know. I don't think. I mean, I guess it might, but I don't know. Personally, I guess I just never really like talking about my really too deep about myself. Really, I guess, because I'm just kind of because I've always told myself just not really much. I don't really think as a person who should they kind of divulge their experiences and such. I guess because I just like I know because I feel like there's more better people to talk about stuff than I do, and you know, yeah. Honestly, like, because honestly, like, I do feel like I know my experiences aren't like, I guess it's like super unique. I guess they are kind of unique, cause like to a degree, but I mean, cause not everybody is exact same, but whatever. 'Cause technically, you can never really understand. To me, I feel like personally, I feel like you can never truly like understand another person's perspective, whatever. Like to the degree they do, or whatever. Like even like if you are like similar in many ways, I feel like it's kind of impossible. Like just due to you know so many factors and all that. Because like the nature of being a perspective in humanity as a whole, I feel like it's kind of I feel like the concept there is a concept of like into I feel like honestly that philosophy isn't really like actually let me get to this point. Like I feel like philosophy nowadays is kind of just ignored. Like I mean like philosophy as in like the nature of the world and such, whatever. Like if how humanity is and how that relates to how we see the world and how it affects us our perceptions of it really. Because my like from what I know of like psychology and sociology and such, it's kind of like I mean I guess more psychology really, but just due to how people kind of develop and all that, like you can't really have like really understand another person's perspective because you can never really have the same exact well like even like to a degree you can have close enough what's it called uh upbringing and life to exact and like thought process and oh yeah, look at that zombie right there. He just felt that was an interesting death animation. But yeah, but like I feel like in a way, like I mean you can I feel like empathizing or like I think it was called empathizing or I guess the best or what's it called just kind of truly is it empathy or sympathy? I can't remember. It's like I think it's empathy, but like I feel like true empathy can't really exist with human. Like like knowing exactly how it is to be in somebody's shoes, really, because just due to so many factors, like because like think if you think about it, like there's so many factors that make a person make a person who they are, and not only as an individual, but as an individual, as a part of a group, or and tons of as part of a group, as a part of this, like a small group, their small group, or as a part of the society and the world as a whole. Like, can can you truly understand another individual to extreme degree, any extreme degree? Like, even if you have similarities, or whatever. Like, to me, I feel like it is in a way nigh impossible to truly understand another person's thought, like exact thought process, exact ideals, and in like everything. Because like even to even like even saying that like because you don't know their inner, because like there's like the subconscious, there's like tons of stuff that makes up our there's the subconscious or whatever, there's the conscious, there's like what you see, there's everything, there's so much that goes into a human being, one person. That is it truly like or is it true, can true like to a degree, like can is like can you really describe person, like a person or whatever, like understand another person, if they describe their experience, like can you really truly like see what a person experienced just by them telling you what they experienced? Or hell, even if they have a video of what have happened, like will you, is that really like even representative of what happened? Because like there's more into that experience and all that, you know. It's like, wow, I'm getting really philosophical here, but and deep, but like to a degree, like kind of is why like I do question if there can be ever truly be an objective truth. Because you like even if like to the best, even if a human pushes out the best they can all their biases, like say they don't, when they're practicing science or whatever else, like how is that, like you push all biases out when you're doing something, like from your now, like it's saying that I heard like from sociology is science is the facts. You just kind of, it's kind of, you can, no matter what science, you can get the fact. Like science is the way you get the facts. It's up to you to interpret them and what they mean. Because like without human interpretation, there's no way like science could be what it is. Like that's why there's so much contention over so many things in science, and why things change so often. Honestly, like from my knowledge, like even it's nearly like impossible to get like a true consistent consensus. I think it is like where everybody. I think consensus is where everybody or nearly everybody agrees in science about stuff. Like you can get with a consensus, it's nearly impossible to get everybody to agree about something. But because like perspective is just something, like because like I feel like like I feel like in a way objective truth doesn't really doesn't really exist in a way, because you can't. I feel like human perspective is just that powerful, really, that like no matter how much we try to push it, like push our biases and such out of our head and like try to try to overcome them, I really don't think like biases and like preferences and such, I really don't think we can truly ever escape them. Because, well, that's what makes us kind of part of what makes us human. Like our perspective, like how we see, how we live and perceive things and such. You know, I might as well just call this the philosophical return and such. Because honestly, I'm talking really philosophical. Like I'm talking a little. I mean, I probably sound like a sophist or some type of pseudo intellectual, probably. Oh well. I'm not an intellectual, so yeah. I mean, I don't call myself an intellectual, so I just kind of want to ask questions. I say my personal opinion. I don't. I may be wrong. Maybe it is like just really easy just to push your biases aside for experiments and such. Maybe it really is just as simple as just put them to the back of your head and just not have them, like, or just having simple training to get them out of your like system or whatever. Like, cause I know there's like training to get subconscious biases out of your system or whatever. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I guess that's probably the reason why I have such a like a depressive and mindset and whatever. Cause like, to a degree, cause I think about such stuff like this or whatever. Cause like, I think about like, oh, this, and this. Like, can't really be an object since there can't be much objective truth just because of how interpretive things are. Then how how can there's no objective, then what is like, none is there really, you can't really have any meaning than what you give it stuff, which means truly why, but like an degree, I guess yeah, but question why you should give meaning to stuff and all that, I guess that is, but yeah. 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 Oh, oh, wow, we're getting to the tiny level now. Real mean. Defend your shins. I'm sorry I wasn't talking much about the game. There's not really much to talk about this game, because, it's mostly just, playing zombies to protect your lawn. But yeah. Uh, like, yeah, there's not much to talk about this game, whatever. I guess I could talk about, like, a little bit of the history of it and all that, like, but and where it is now and such, but like, I don't feel like that really. But I feel like I just kind of, I just kind of like talking about what I talk about. Like, to me, like, honestly, like, if it was, like, if I could, personally, if I could have like a, like if I could study a passion, like, whatever, then I would choose the study. What's it called? I would pretty much just choose to study, like, I think I'd probably choose to study either philosophy, just philosophy and some type of like philosophy and like maybe a little bit say like sociology and such to study into it to understand it. But personally, my studies are more for trying to get a living and not like just for fun and twirls and such. So yeah, that's because you gotta make a career out of stuff, not like just because you think something's interesting. That's why I learned about like that's kind of how I see things. Like, I want to do something I enjoy, but also can make a living off of. I can't make a living off of just spouting philosophical like how I see the world or whatever. Unless I become like a paid activist, which, yeah, no, I'm not becoming like a paid active, like some type of activist that gets paid to be an activist and speak at places and such. I'm not, because I don't want to be some type of shill. I hate shilling out to any type of anything really. Like, I'd rather to that degree. Like I'd rather just kind of I'd rather just kind of do what I kind of like to do, whatever. I know I have to get like I know in the world you kind of have to get paid. I don't know. I'm just ranting or whatever. Hopefully, yeah. Hopefully you guys are enjoying this rant. Not rant, but ramble. I guess. Tangent. I don't know what to call this one. It definitely isn't just a traditional episode of like where we just do stuff or whatever. But yeah. Well, here comes the final wave. Yeah, I guess I should be starting to sign off here. Yeah, because we're gonna get. Yeah, I do have to enjoy. I'll say this about the game. I do enjoy the like how they make the kind of make his voice a little tinier for the zombies. Anyway, for this, but anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and see you guys in the next episode. Adios, my comrades. Stay safe.
Stay safe, comrades. Hide.